chosen ones never touch these things if you want high vibrations. Let me start by asking you a question that might seem simple at first, but I want you to truly think about it. What are you allowing into your life right now that could be silently lowering your vibration? Because here's the truth: the life you experience, the energy you radiate, and the reality you create are all deeply connected to the vibrational frequency you hold. And as a chosen one, everything you touch physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually has the potential to either elevate you or weigh you down. So, if you're serious about stepping into your purpose, if you're committed to maintaining your high vibrations and aligning with the life you were destined to live, there are certain things you should never, ever touch. Now, maybe you've felt it before. That heaviness in your spirit when something or someone has drained your energy. That sense of unease when you've engaged with something that just didn't feel right. And yet, how often do we ignore those signals? How often do we convince ourselves that it's harmless, that it doesn't matter, that we'll rise above it? But here's the thing: energy is contagious. Vibrations are real. And everything in this world, from material things to ideas to emotions, carries a frequency. When you interact with something of a lower vibration, no matter how strong you think you are, it affects you. It pulls you down, sometimes in ways so subtle you don't even notice until it's too late. So let's talk about the first thing you must never touch if you want to maintain high vibrations: toxic relationships. And by relationships, I don't just mean romantic ones. I'm talking about anyone, friends, family, co-workers who consistently bring negativity into your life. These are the people who criticize more than they encourage, who gossip instead of uplift, who drain your energy instead of nourishing it. You know the ones I'm talking about. But here's the hard truth: it's not just about avoiding their energy, it's about understanding how their energy interacts with yours. Every conversation you have, every interaction is an energy exchange. And if you're constantly surrounding yourself with people who operate at a lower frequency, it's only a matter of time before their energy starts to influence yours.
Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound spiritual lesson.
But let me ask you something: why do we hold on to these toxic connections? Is it because we're afraid of being alone? Because we feel obligated? Because we think we can fix them? These are deep questions, but they're questions you have to confront if you want to protect your vibration. And here's the truth: being a chosen one means you have a unique energy, a light that others will be drawn to. But not everyone who is drawn to your light is meant to be in your life. Some people are drawn to you because they see you as a source of energy they can drain. And as much as you may want to help them, you have to remember this: you cannot pour from an empty cup. Protecting your vibration is not selfish, it's necessary. Now, let's move to something even more subtle, but just as dangerous: the content you consume. Think about how much time we spend scrolling through social media, watching TV, listening to music, or reading the news. And ask yourself, what are you letting into your mind? Because every word, every image, every sound carries a vibration. Some of it is uplifting, inspiring, and aligned with the frequency you're trying to hold. But much of it is not. Much of it is designed to keep you in fear, in comparison, in judgment, in lack. And the scary part is, we often don't even realize it. We think it's just entertainment, just background noise. But the content you consume becomes the thoughts you think, and the thoughts you think shape the reality you create. So here's the question: are you consuming content that elevates you or content that lowers you? Are you surrounding yourself with messages that remind you of your power, your purpose, your connection to the divine? Or are you filling your mind with distractions, with fear, with ideas that make you forget who you are? This is why chosen ones must be so intentional about what they allow into their mental space. Because your mind is your most powerful tool for creating your reality. And if you're not guarding it, you're letting the world program it for you. But it's not just people and content that you need to be mindful of. It's also your own habits. Let's talk about the things you do when no one is watching. The foods you eat, the thoughts you entertain, the ways you spend your time. Every action, no matter how small, carries energy. Every choice you make either strengthens your vibration or weakens it. Are you eating foods that nourish your body or foods that leave you feeling sluggish? Are you spending your time on activities that align with your purpose or wasting hours on things that don't matter? Are you feeding your mind with empowering thoughts or letting negative self-talk take over? And here's a question that might hit deeper than you expect. Are you living in alignment with your values? Because nothing lowers your vibration faster than living out of alignment with your truth. When you say one thing but do another, when you betray your own boundaries, when you ignore the whispers of your soul, you create a disconnect within yourself. And that disconnect is like a leak in your energy field. It's subtle, but over time it drains you. So, let me say this: being a chosen one isn't easy. It requires discipline. It requires awareness. It requires the courage to say no to the things that don't serve you, even when they're tempting, even when they're familiar, even when they're hard to let go of. But every time you choose to protect your vibration, you strengthen it. Every time you say no to something that lowers you, you say yes to the life you're meant to live. The hidden costs of low vibration attachments, why protecting your energy is non-negotiable. Let's take this deeper. Every interaction, every habit, every choice you make carries a ripple effect on your energy field. And while some attachments or actions may seem harmless, their cost is often hidden, slowly eroding your vibration over time. As a chosen one, your energy is sacred. It's the essence of your light, the foundation of your purpose. But here's the truth: not everything or everyone is meant to walk this path with you. Some attachments, whether they're people, habits, thoughts, or things, operate like anchors, keeping you tethered to lower frequencies. And the longer you hold on to them, the harder it becomes to rise. Have you ever felt inexplicably drained after being around certain people? Maybe it's a friend who constantly complains, or a family member who projects their fears onto you. Or perhaps it's a relationship where you're giving and giving, only to receive nothing in return. These aren't just coincidences. Energy doesn't lie. Every time you engage with someone who operates at a lower vibration, you're participating in an exchange. And here's the catch: if they're not willing to elevate themselves, they'll unconsciously pull you down to match their frequency. This is the hidden cost of low vibration attachments. They don't just drain your energy in the moment, they leave behind subtle imprints that linger in your aura, creating blocks that make it harder for you to align with your higher self. But why do we hold on to these attachments? Why do we allow ourselves to stay in situations or relationships that we know, deep down, are lowering our vibration? Often it's because of fear. Fear of being alone. Fear of change. Fear of stepping into the unknown. But let me ask you something: is the fear of letting go greater than the cost of staying stuck? Because every moment you spend attached to something that no longer serves you is a moment you're delaying your growth, your healing, your evolution. And as a chosen one, you don't have the luxury of staying stuck. Your purpose is too important. Your light is too valuable. The world needs you operating at your highest vibration, not weighed down by attachments that are keeping you small. Now, let's talk about habits. Because it's not just people that lower your vibration, it's the things you do every day, often without even thinking about them. Take a moment to reflect: what habits are you holding on to that might be pulling you away from your purpose? Is it scrolling mindlessly through social media, comparing your life to others? Is it procrastinating on the things you know you need to do? Is it seeking comfort in foods, substances, or distractions that give you a temporary high but leave you feeling depleted in the long run? These habits may seem minor, but over time they create patterns, and patterns create reality. Here's the thing: every habit you engage in is either feeding your light or dimming it. Every choice you make is either bringing you closer to your higher self or pulling you further away. And as a chosen one, you don't have the luxury of indulging in habits that lower your vibration. You are here for something greater. But to step into that, you must be willing to release anything that doesn't support your growth. Even if it's uncomfortable, even if it's inconvenient, even if it requires you to face parts of yourself you'd rather avoid. But let's go even deeper. It's not just external attachments that lower your vibration, it's internal ones too. The thoughts you think, the beliefs you hold, the emotions you cling to. How often do we replay old wounds in our minds, holding on to resentment, guilt, or shame? How often do we tell ourselves stories about who we are, stories of limitation, of lack, of fear? These internal attachments are some of the most insidious because they operate beneath the surface, shaping your energy without you even realizing it. But here's the truth: you are not your past. You are not your mistakes. You are not your fears. And every time you hold on to these things, you're giving them power over your vibration. You're allowing them to define you, to weigh you down, to keep you from stepping into your light. So, how do you begin to release these attachments? It starts with awareness. You can't change what you're not aware of. Take a moment to examine your life. What people, habits, or thoughts are you holding on to that no longer align with who you're becoming? Be honest with yourself. This isn't about judgment, it's about clarity. Because once you're clear, you can begin to create space. Space to let go, space to heal, space to invite in higher vibrations. But here's the thing: letting go isn't just about saying goodbye to what doesn't serve you. It's about saying yes to what does. It's about choosing every day to align with your higher self, to engage with people, habits, and thoughts that uplift you, inspire you, and remind you of your purpose. It's about protecting your energy with the same care and intention you would protect something sacred, because that's what your energy is. It's sacred. And when you honor it, when you nurture it, when you refuse to allow anything or anyone to lower it, you step into your power as a chosen one. So, let me ask you this: what are you willing to let go of to protect your vibration? What are you willing to release so that you can rise? Because the cost of holding on to low vibration attachments is far greater than the temporary discomfort of letting them go. And when you do let go, when you create space for higher frequencies to flow into your life, you'll begin to experience a shift. Your energy will feel lighter, your path will feel clearer, and your purpose will feel closer than ever before. The energetic boundaries of chosen ones, how to guard your light in a world full of distractions. As a chosen one, your energy is your power. It's the force that fuels your purpose, connects you to the divine, and allows your light to shine in a world that desperately needs it. But here's the challenge: we live in a world designed to pull you away from yourself. Distractions, temptations, and energetic intrusions are everywhere, constantly vying for your attention and chipping away at your vibration. If you don't set boundaries, strong, intentional, and sacred boundaries, you risk losing the very essence of what makes you a chosen one. You risk diluting your light and drifting further from the path you were meant to walk. Let me ask you something: how often do you allow things into your life without questioning their purpose? How often do you say yes to people, situations, or even thoughts that don't serve you simply because it's easier than saying no? Boundaries aren't just about keeping others out, they're about protecting what's within. They're about creating a sacred container for your energy so that nothing and no one can disrupt your vibration unless you allow it. And as a chosen one, guarding your energy isn't just an option, it's a responsibility. But let's be honest, setting boundaries isn't always easy. It means saying no when others expect you to say yes. It means walking away from situations that feel off, even if you can't fully explain why. It means being selective about who and what you allow into your space, even when it's uncomfortable. And most importantly, it means trusting yourself, trusting your intuition, your feelings, your inner knowing. Because as a chosen one, your intuition is one of your greatest tools for protecting your energy. It's like an internal compass, always guiding you toward what aligns with your vibration and away from what doesn't. The question is, are you listening to it? For many of us, the struggle with boundaries comes from a place of fear. Fear of being judged, fear of disappointing others, fear of being seen as too much or too distant. But here's the truth: every time you compromise your boundaries to avoid upsetting others, you're sending a message to yourself and to the universe that your energy isn't worth protecting. And that message has consequences. It weakens your vibration. It creates leaks in your energy field. It leaves you vulnerable to the very distractions and intrusions you're trying to avoid. So, how do you begin to guard your light in a world full of distractions? It starts with awareness. Start paying attention to how you feel after every interaction, every experience, every decision. Do you feel energized or drained? Expanded or contracted? Aligned or off-center? Your feelings are your greatest feedback system. They're constantly giving you information about what supports your vibration and what lowers it. The more you tune in and listen, the easier it becomes to identify what belongs in your life and what doesn't. But awareness is just the first step. The next step is action. It's one thing to recognize what's draining your energy, it's another to do something about it. This is where boundaries come in. Boundaries are not walls, they're pathways. They're not about shutting the world out, they're about creating a space where your energy can thrive. And the beauty of boundaries is that they're completely within your control. You get to decide what you allow into your life and what you don't. You get to decide how you spend your time, who you spend it with, and what you give your attention to. And when you make those decisions from a place of intention, you're no longer at the mercy of the world's distractions. You're in control of your energy. Here's a powerful practice to help you create and maintain energetic boundaries: visualization. Every morning before you step out into the world, take a few moments to visualize yourself surrounded by a sphere of light. This light is your energy field, your sacred space. Imagine it glowing brightly, radiating with the frequency of love, peace, and protection. As you go through your day, see this light as a filter. It allows in only what aligns with your vibration and keeps out anything that doesn't. The more you practice this, the stronger your boundaries become, not just energetically, but in your actions and decisions as well. Now, let's talk about one of the greatest challenges to maintaining energetic boundaries: distractions. Distractions don't just come from external sources like social media, entertainment, or other people. They also come from within. Your own thoughts, fears, and doubts can pull you away from your center just as much as anything outside of you. This is why it's so important to cultivate stillness, to create moments of silence where you can reconnect with yourself and realign with your vibration. Meditation, breathwork, journaling, these are not luxuries, they're necessities. They're tools that help you clear out the noise and return to your truth. And here's the most important thing to remember: guarding your light is not a one-time act, it's a daily practice. It requires consistency, discipline, and a deep commitment to yourself. There will be days when it feels easier to let your boundaries slip, to let the distractions in, to let your energy scatter. But every time you choose to protect your vibration, you're choosing yourself. You're choosing your purpose. You're choosing the path of the chosen one. So, let me ask you this: what is your energy worth to you? Because the way you protect it reflects how much you value it. And when you start treating your energy as sacred, the world will respond in kind. You'll attract people, opportunities, and experiences that align with your vibration. You'll find it easier to say no to what doesn't serve you and yes to what does. And most importantly, you'll feel more connected to your light, your purpose, and your power than ever before. Rising above the noise: how chosen ones maintain high vibrations in a chaotic world. The world today is louder than it's ever been. Everywhere you turn, there's noise, literal, emotional, and energetic. But it's a world of constant stimulation, filled with distractions that pull you further from your center. But as a chosen one, your role is not to drown in the chaos, but to rise above it. Your vibration, your frequency, is your compass. It's what will guide you through the noise, helping you find clarity, purpose, and alignment when everything around you feels overwhelming. The question is, how do you maintain that high vibration in a world that seems designed to lower it? First, let's acknowledge this truth: chaos is external, but peace is internal. You may not be able to control the world around you, but you can always control how you respond to it. This is the first secret of rising above the noise. It's not about silencing the world, it's about mastering yourself. And that begins with awareness. To maintain high vibrations, you must become deeply aware of your triggers. What pulls you out of alignment? Is it certain environments, overwhelming news cycles, or the opinions of others? Once you identify these triggers, you can start to shift how you engage with them. Awareness is power. It allows you to choose your response instead of being a victim of your surroundings. But awareness is only the beginning. The next step is cultivating practices that anchor you to your higher self, no matter what's happening around you. These practices are your lifelines. They keep you grounded, clear, and connected to your highest vibration. Meditation is one of the most powerful tools for this. In meditation, you step away from the noise and into stillness. It's in this stillness that you can hear your own soul, reconnect with your purpose, and realign with your truth. Even 5 minutes a day can create a profound shift in your energy. Remember, the world will always try to pull you outward, but meditation is your invitation to go inward. Another essential practice is gratitude. Gratitude is one of the highest frequencies you can hold. It shifts your focus from what's wrong to what's right, from lack to abundance. In moments of chaos, when the world feels heavy, gratitude is your lifeboat. Take a moment to reflect: what are you grateful for right now? It could be as simple as the breath in your lungs or the sunlight on your skin. Gratitude doesn't just raise your vibration, it transforms your perspective. It reminds you that even in the midst of chaos, there is always something to be thankful for. But here's something deeper to consider: rising above the noise isn't just about protecting yourself, it's about transforming the energy around you. As a chosen one, your high vibration doesn't just serve you, it serves the world. When you walk into a space radiating peace, love, and clarity, you shift the energy of that space. You become an anchor, a beacon, a source of light in the darkness. And this is why maintaining your vibration is so important. It's not just for you, it's for everyone you touch. Your energy is your gift to the world. That said, protecting your vibration doesn't mean isolating yourself from the world. It means learning how to move through it without absorbing its chaos. One of the most effective ways to do this is by creating energetic boundaries. Before stepping into chaotic environments, visualize yourself surrounded by a shield of light. See this light as impenetrable, allowing only positive energy to flow through while keeping negativity out. This simple practice can make a world of difference, helping you maintain your center even in the most challenging situations. Finally, let's talk about trust. Trust in yourself, trust in your path, and trust in the divine. The world will always tempt you to doubt, to fear, to question whether you're enough. But as a chosen one, you must anchor yourself in the knowing that you are exactly where you're meant to be. Trust that every challenge is shaping you, every setback is redirecting you, and every moment of chaos is an opportunity to rise. Trust that your vibration, your light, is enough to carry you through anything. So, let me leave you with this: the chaos of the world is not your enemy, it's your teacher. It's here to help you grow, to strengthen your vibration, and to remind you of your power. Every time you choose to rise above the noise, you're not just maintaining your vibration, you're elevating the collective energy of the world. You're fulfilling your role as a chosen one, and that, more than anything, is why your light matters. Keep shining, keep rising, and never forget the world needs your vibration now more than ever.